Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here to Uni-Trade Stadium in Laredo, Texas. Here we are going to announce the lineups for San Antonio, Texas Elite and Chinese Taipei. First, starting with San Antonio, Texas Elite, we have number 19, Pete Bustamante, who's playing right field. Number 7, Tristan Castilleja, who's playing first base. Number 10, Jeremiah Estrada, who's a designated hitter. Number 25, Ty Washington, who is catching. Number 32, Quincy Cooper, who is the shortstop. Number 15, James Ramirez, who is the third baseman. Number 11, Ryan Paz, who is the center fielder. Number 1, Christian Escobedo, the second baseman. Number 2, Keegan Martinez, who is a pitcher. And the reserve for San Antonio, Texas Elite is Robert Estrada. Now for Chinese Taipei, we have number 10, Kun Yu, the shortstop. Number 9, Yi Lung, the right fielder. Number 4, Ching Kai, the second baseman. Number 5, Ji Hong, the third baseman. Number 6, Po Swan, the first baseman. Number 2, Pei Fong, the catcher. Number 8, Wen Yi, the left fielder. Number 3, Chun En, the designated hitter. Number 7, Kuo Chin, the center fielder. And number 17, Kuo Chien, the pitcher. And the reserves for Chinese Taipei are number 1, Yi Sheng. Number 11, Chia Wei. Number 12, Meng Che. Number 13, Zhou Shi. Number 14, Ming Sheng. Number 15, Cheng Chen. Number 16, Yu Hao. And number 18, Ray Yang.
Well done, Chewy. Couldn't have said it better myself there.
Once again, thank you everybody for tuning in. It's a beautiful day for baseball. Down there on the field, they're announcing the lineups. Most of the Chinese Taipei players have a little symbol or token of appreciation to give, and San Antonio, Texas Elite does have that as well to give to one another. Great act of, I guess, kindness from both teams, and just good sportsmanship from both teams. But soon enough, we'll be ready to start off, and I guess soon enough we'll be doing the national anthem.
A little borderly love on the border.
Definitely. Now we'll be doing the United States national anthem. As the national anthems of both countries finish, we are ready, as the announcer here for the stadium said, play ball. As both teams are giving each other the gifts. Good sportsmanship from both teams to start off. Pretty sure it was a long trip for Chinese Taipei. Definitely long hours and an unusual spot to play in Laredo, Texas. But they're here and they're ready to play. And both teams look very excited to play ball. And as we can see, most of the Chinese Taipei fans are sitting in the shade, as probably anybody would with this Laredo heat. But once again, back here at Uni-Trade Stadium, beautiful day to play baseball. Just about ready to get started.
Couldn't help but notice Chinese Taipei has a full squad, and on the other side, San Antonio has what, 2 reserves?
One reserve. That's
Wow.
about it. One reserve, so hopefully they don't get tired with this heat.
Let's hope
man.
the pitcher goes 5 innings,
Yeah,
4 or
at
5
least.
innings.
Yes, definitely. But if you're just tuning in, I'm here alongside Chuy Valacuer. My name is Chuy Romero, the two Chuys here announcing the game. And just excited to announce a good game of baseball.
Saw a pretty good game, game 1, didn't we?
Definitely, yes.
Good pitchers duel.
Yes, Youngstown, Ohio, and Puerto Rico. A great pitching duel, and Youngstown, Ohio comes out on top. Great game before this, and hopefully this, like we said, it follows up with a great game right now. Right now at home plate, they're exchanging the lineups, and like I said, just about ready to get started with the game. I guess as we're about to get ready to get started, I guess one thing, I asked Mr. Valacuer over here, one thing that we should be able to see, as he mentioned earlier, is that Chinese Taipei does have 8 reserves, so they have a lot of fresh bodies to throw out on the field, and San Antonio only has 1, so we'll see how Chinese Taipei uses their reserves, as they will be the away team in this game, with San Antonio taking the home.
So winner of this game advances to play Youngstown, the winner of game 1.
Yes.
Again, interesting to see if should San Antonio Elite advance. Of course, we don't understand or don't know the magnitude of reserves might be coming in later on today, or
Definitely.
but see if they advance, see how they get through this bracket with
Definitely.
11
And
players.
as we mentioned, Chinese Taipei has 8 reserves, so those reserves are going to come in handy with this Texas heat. And I believe, as you mentioned, the winner faces Youngstown, Ohio. The loser of this game, I believe, faces Puerto Rico. Is that correct?
Let's see this. That's correct. Both losers
Face
off in
face
the
each other.
second
And once again, this Pony Little League World Series, or World Series tournament, Pony standing for Protect Our Nation's Youth, is a double elimination game. So it would be very tough if a team loses their first 2 games and has to go home, especially a team like Puerto Rico or Chinese Taipei. So let's see if Chinese Taipei can get on the board quickly and, get some runs on the board as they have the first at bat, with number 10, Kun Yu, the shortstop, getting ready, while San Antonio's pitcher, Keegan Martinez, is warming up on the mound. From what we see, he has a semi-sidearm release. Not too fast. Let's see if his pitches are effective throughout the inning.
Yeah, not quite coming from down under, but definitely not a 3/4 release either.
Definitely. Good location. Not, like I mentioned, not too much speed, but good location, as we can see Keegan Martinez warming up.
And hopefully we see a better game on defense. Game 1, Kind of had a
Definitely.
few hiccups here.
Yeah, a couple of errors early on.
Errors on the field. A pickoff play that second base that sailed into center field. So hopefully defense is a bigger part of this game.
Most definitely. Most
It's
definitely.
always
yeah.
nice for the pitchers to get help defensively. You know that.
Definitely. And we'll see. I believe they're ready to throw down to second base after this next pitch, and we'll be ready to play ball. A couple of last warm-up throws for the infield and catcher.
Good throw down to second. Leadoff batter and the catcher exchange pleasantries, and let's get it on.
As I mentioned, the pitcher for San Antonio is Keegan Martinez. Catching for Keegan Martinez is number 25, Ty Washington. Up to bat for Chinese Taipei is number 10, Kun Yu, the shortstop. Great show of gratitude there from Kun Yu. And as the umpire said, play ball. We are ready. First pitch from Martinez is a ball, low. 1-0 pitch for Martinez. To Kun Yu is hit solid into center field. That'll drop for a base hit. What a shot from Kun Yu, the shortstop.
Right at the center fielder. Center fielder kind of froze there, never really broke in on the ball. Kind of bounced a little bit in front of him.
Definitely, that's a textbook piece of hitting right there from Kun Yu. Whenever you take batting practice and you're in the cages and stuff, the coaches always say hit it down the middle. He couldn't have done it any better there. Up to bat for Chinese Taipei number 9, Yi Lung, the right fielder. We had a throw down to first there. The runner got back in time. The runner is safe.
Little bluff by the first base runner.
Another pickoff attempt from the pitcher to the first base, and the runner gets back and he is safe. We have time as Kun Yu had some technical difficulties with his
Got our first wardrobe change down there.
his
first.
wardrobe change down there. But Yi Lung up to bat, the right fielder. He has one strike on him. Only got one pitch thrown to him as the pitcher attempted a couple of pickoff moves to first base. Solid pickoff move, not too quick, not too slow.
Kun Yu with a dive back to first base, popped the belt buckle. Interesting to notice as the Taipei batters come up, they pay their respect by bowing to the umpires too.
Definitely, yes.
Nice little show of
As I
respect.
mentioned, a token of gratitude there from the Chinese Taipei players. Another pickoff move by Keegan Martinez, and Kun Yu gets back and he is safe. Several pickoff moves here, a little early, but once again, Kun Yu has a pretty decent lead there at first base. Here's a
Good
second
bluff.
pitch. And a ball hit in the gap. I believe a run's going to score here, yes. What a piece of hitting. What a piece of hitting there by Yi Lung. A stand-up double and as he brings in Kun Yu. And Chinese Taipei is leading 1-0. But I do
Weird, another late break by the center fielder.
definitely.
He was all over that ball, and all of a sudden at the very end pulls up. And then as the relay comes in, third baseman sails it over the catcher's head. Good backup by the pitcher there.
I was about to mention that. I was going to say a textbook backup there as the cutoff was overthrown to the catcher. If the pitcher doesn't cover there.
And as we say that, two balls hit directly at the center fielder. Manager comes out for San Antonio, makes a change, sends the right field over to center, center over to right field.
Definitely.
It's really weird. Both those balls were hit right at the center fielder.
And
It
yeah,
looks like he's got a beat on it and then just pulls up at the end.
definitely. No attempt to make a catch, just letting the ball drop. Pickoff attempt to second. This is the fifth pickoff attempt by Keegan Martinez. You know. No pitches thrown to number 4, Qing Kai, the second baseman for Chinese Taipei, as he fouls one off down the left field side. 0-1 count for Qing Kai. As I mentioned, this is textbook hitting here by Chinese Taipei. Both solid barrels on the ball and line drives right towards the center fielder, already having a run. 0-1 pitch to Qing Kai is a base hit. Here comes a runner, and he is safe at home.
Once again, right back up the middle.
Man, Chinese Taipei with 3 solid hits to start off the inning. They have 3 hits and 2 runs already as we're in the top of the first inning. Good piece of hitting there by Qing Kai, right, like as Mr. Chuy Velacuer said, right up the middle. No outs here. There's already a pitcher-catcher meeting. We'll see if number 5, Ji Hong, the third baseman, can continue this hot streak of hitting for Chinese Taipei. And let's see if Keegan Martinez can get out of the inning here. Maybe Ty Washington had a couple of words to say to him to see if they can get out of this inning.
6 pitches by Martinez, so it's not like he's going deep into counts. They're just jumping on him early.
Definitely. Runner goes, and he's going to be safe. Late bobbled pitch.
Yeah, double clutch by the catcher there.
Definitely. Qing Kai with a stolen base.
Well, to say that San Antonio looks a little discombobulated is an understatement.
Definitely. They don't look in sync. A pass ball by San Antonio. And Chinese Taipei has another runner on third base as Qing Kai advances. That's his second stolen base of the afternoon. You're right. San Antonio does look a little out of sync here. We'll see if they can. Let's see if Keegan Martinez can get out of this jam. 1-1 pitch. It's hit directly into left field. Batter's out, but the runner, number 4, Qing Kai, tags, and he is safe.
Good piece of hitting. There's an RBI.
RBI for Ji Hong. Great start for Chinese Taipei. 3 runs, 3 hits very quickly with 1 out here in the top of the first inning.
Like I said before, they're jumping on him early. Definitely swinging the bat.
Sending a message, definitely. Up to bat now for Chinese Taipei is Po Swan, the first baseman, who takes a ball. 1-0 pitch by Martinez. Is swung on and hit sharply to second base. Dug up nicely by the second baseman, Christian Escobedo, for San Antonio. And San Antonio has 2 outs in the inning.
So far, Chinese Taipei looks real good at the plate.
Definitely. They're seeing the
good-looking swings. Like you said, getting barrel on the ball there.
pitches are seeing the pitches very well. There's a curveball by Keegan Martinez thrown.
57-mile-an-hour curveball there.
Another pitch in the dirt to Pei Fong, the catcher for Chinese Taipei. As you mentioned, the Chinese Taipei seeing the ball very well, not jumping on anything that's out of the plate or a ball. Third pitch is fouled back by Pei Fong. 2-1 count here.
Tell you what, 59 miles an hour right down the middle of the plate. It won't last too long doing that.
Yeah, that's a scary location for not too much velocity by Martinez. Fourth pitch of the at-bat, just a bit outside corner. 3-1 count here for Pei Fong. And this ball is over the head of the left fielder. Pei Fong with a stand-up double. Man, these Chinese Taipei hitters came to hit today.
Some good-looking swings, back-to-back left-handed hitters there. For some reason, left-handed hitters just look a lot prettier at the plate than righties.
Definitely.
Jumping on them early.
Jumping on him early, definitely. Solid piece of hitting here for Chinese Taipei and Pei Fong, the catcher, helping his pitcher out as much as he can. Now up to bat, the left fielder, number 8, Wen Yi for Chinese Taipei. Good pitch by Keegan Martinez, a fastball in there for a strike. Just got the outside corner. Second pitch, just outside. Ball 1. Third pitch is fouled off. Left field line. Hooked foul.
Yeah, hit hard down the left field line once again. Martinez not fooling anybody at the plate.
Yes. As we mentioned, his lack of velocity has these Chinese Taipei hitters all over the ball. Another pitch that's outside. 2-2 count here for Keegan Martinez. 4 hits already for Chinese Taipei in top of the first inning. Slow pitch that's popped up to the second baseman. The shortstop comes in and makes a play. As the inning ends for Keegan Martinez, tough go around, gives up 3 runs on 4 hits.
Little shaky start.
Definitely.
Let's see if the offense can give him a little help. So once again, like we said in the first game, for some reason these outfielders are playing a little shallow. After a couple of balls that get over outfielders' heads, and they're still playing a little shallow.
In this game,
in my
definitely.
opinion, give them a little room, back up.
Definitely. After 2 misjudged.
Well hit balls.
Yeah, well hit balls, but misjudged by the center fielder. Chinese Taipei, as we mentioned, solid hitting. And they get on the board early, helping out their pitcher, Kuo Chien, who has some solid velocity. Let's see, the last game that Mr. Villacuer and I announced, it was a pitching duel. In this game, it's given up several hits early. As in the last game, one pitcher only gave up 4 hits, and in this game, there's already 4 hits. So we'll see how this game pans out. But
yeah, a little different look to start this game. A little more offense at the beginning than we saw in game 1.
solid curveballs and solid fastballs by Kuo Chien. Let's see if he can keep a shutout as of now for San Antonio, Texas Elite, as they have their first at bat in the bottom of the first inning. Once again, if you're just tuning in, the score is 3-0 as Chinese Taipei's bats were hot in the first inning, sending a message to anybody in this tournament that they can hit the ball.
Yeah, San Antonio needs to put together some hits, get some base runners on. Put a little pressure on Taipei's defense. That and give the pitcher a chance to rest.
Definitely, as we mentioned, they only have one reserve.
Those 16 pitches in that inning.
As we're getting started and the base coaches take their spots, we have right fielder number 19. I believe he moved to center field after the two misjudged pop flies. We have number 19, Pete Bustamante. And Kuo Chien with his first pitch is a fastball, 78 miles per hour, right down the pipes for a called strike. Here's a 0-1 pitch from Chien. It's fouled off a little late on that swing from Bustamante.
Yeah, good fastball on the outside part of the plate there. Bustamante late with the bat.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Kuo Chien. Curveball swinging in the dirt as a runner runs to first. He is out. Solid throw by the catcher.
Yeah, way up on the count. Throws a great curveball in the dirt. Catcher does a great job of blocking it. You got to be a little bit more disciplined at the plate than that.
Definitely.
0-2, knowing that something's coming like that.
First strikeout of the day for Kuo Chien. Looks very good command as the pitchers in the first game had. Very good command here from Kuo Chien. Looks poised, looks calm.
Not what you're looking for your first bat if you're San Antonio.
Definitely. First pitch to number 7, Tristan Castilleja. is a called ball. But Kuo Chien has solid velocity here. And his catcher, Pei Fong, is framing the pitches very well, just a little bit outside the plate.
Fong says right down the middle. See what you got.
The 2-0 pitch is fouled back by Tristan Castilleja, the first baseman for San Antonio, Texas Elite. And as Mr. Velacuer and I can see from what we've seen early on in this game, is Chinese Taipei came ready to play. 2-1 pitch is fouled back again by Castilleja. 2-2 count here for Kuo Chien, the pitcher for Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, that evened it up at 2. In my opinion, you throw that fastball till they put it in play.
Definitely. 2-2 pitch. Another curveball swung in the dirt. Another strikeout recorded for Kuo Chien, but the ball does get past the catcher and the runner does get to first base. So 2 strikeouts for Kuo Chien, but the catcher was unable to come up with it, so the runner does get to advance to first base. So the 1 out remains for Chinese Taipei. And up to bat for San Antonio's number 10, Jeremiah Estrada, the DH, the big boy for San Antonio, Texas Elite. Let's see if he can put something in play here and get a base hit or some runners on for San Antonio. First pitch is fouled back. Here comes the 0-1 pitch by Kuo Chien. Solid fastball, swing and a miss, right down the middle.
Good fastball. Elevated that one a little bit. Got us at a swing at it.
Here comes the 0-2 count. Another solid fastball just outside the plate. Good eye here by Jeremiah Estrada to lay off of that pitch. Not too much of a lead here for Tristan Castilleja down there at first base. Another foul ball fouled back by Jeremiah Estrada. Comes a 1-2 count to Estrada. Another curveball in the dirt. This time, Pei Fong stays in front of it and blocks the pitch. Solid curveball there by Kuo Chien. Just good eye and better offense by Jeremiah Estrada.
Good fastball on top of the zone, called ball.
Solid pitch there by Kuo Chien. 3-2 count here for Jeremiah Estrada. Full count here. Let's see if he can put something in play for San Antonio. Solid piece of hitting, but he pops up into right field. Solid play by Yi Lung, the right fielder, as he records the second out of the inning for Chinese Taipei. What a job by Kuo Chien on the mound. Enjoying himself, very much in command.
Yeah, it looks cool, calm, and collected on the hill.
Now up to bat for San Antonio, number 8.
76 miles an hour on the outside part of the plate, called for strike. Steady diet of that fastball till he gets 2 strikes. Let's see if he throws another 0-2 curveball.
Number 8, Jeremiah Estrada, the DH. Ball hit to the shortstop, play at first base, and the batter is out. What a pitching performance so far by Kuo Chien. Pitching very well.
Good defensive play by the shortstop. Solid. Little catch on the run, throw on the run. After one complete inning, Taipei still up 3-0.
As we get into the top of the second inning here, Chinese Taipei with a 3-0 lead over San Antonio. Keegan Martinez back on the mound for San Antonio, Texas Elite. Let's see if he can have a little bit of better command with his pitches. And
16 pitches in the top half of the first. Kind of labored there a little bit. Again, Chinese Taipei put a lot of bats on the ball there.
Definitely. Up to bat for Chinese Taipei is the DH Chun-En, number 3. As we're about to get ready to start the top of the second inning, Keegan Martinez with his first pitch hits Chun-En on the leg. It was a slow curveball, shouldn't hurt too much, but Chun-En is able to advance to first base. San Antonio with a little bit of a struggle here early. Hopefully they try to get, or they're able to put a piece together of a good game.
Well, first pitch curveball shows you right there. Maybe not a lot of confidence in that fastball. He got knocked around a little bit with his fastball.
Up to bat for Chinese Taipei is number 7, Kuo Chin, the center fielder. It's a bunt attempt and is a ball. Pulled back at the right second. Second pitch, a bunt. Bunted to the pitcher. And he is safe. He beats out the throw.
Yeah, the bunt wasn't all that great. Right back at the pitcher. Pitcher kind of took a little bit of time. A little too much time to get it to first.
Definitely.
Good, solid baseball by Taipei.
Definitely. As we mentioned, not too much velocity by Keegan Martinez.
I'm
And that
surprised
throw.
if they do it again.
Definitely. Now up to bat for Chinese Taipei, as they go back in the second inning to the top of the order already, is Kun Yu, the shortstop, who had that first base hit right up the middle. As he takes his second ball of the at bat. Third pitch of the at bat, another solid base hit to left field. And the runner's held up at third, but man, Kun Yu is having himself a day. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles.
Yeah, that was a rocket to left, right at it. Couldn't advance the runner to the plate. Stopped at third. Ball was hit so hard.
Now up to bat, number 9, the right fielder Yi Lung, who has an RBI up his sleeve already. He takes a strike. 66-mile-per-hour fastball.
And San Antonio in at the corners, playing for the double play ball up the middle.
Definitely throwing to home if they get a ground ball. Second base and shortstop are playing at double play depth as we speak. Third pitch of the at-bat is fouled back by Yi Lung. Looked a little bit late there on that swing. Comes the fourth pitch of the at-bat. A little bit low.
Yeah, Martinez really laboring here.
A little bit better command here by Keegan Martinez, but these Chinese Taipei hitters are all over his pitches. Another curveball that just misses hitting Yi Lung. We now have a full count at this at-bat with no outs and the bases loaded. Let's see if Keegan Martinez can get out of a jam. And ball 4, an RBI walk for Yi Lung. As Chinese Taipei leads 4-0 early.
San Antonio manager out of the dugout.
A lot of questions going through the San Antonio manager's dugout already as we're in the second inning. There's no outs and the bases are loaded once again. And he is at the pitcher's mound wondering what options he has with only one reserve, which could very possibly be the pitcher for the next game for San Antonio, Texas Elite.
With one reserve, this is not the start that they wanted to the game. 4 runs on 6 solid hits. Martinez a little wild on the mound. Did not want this start.
Definitely not up to bat for Chinese Taipei, who's patiently waiting, is number 4, the second baseman, Chin Kai, who's already had an at-bat already in this game. And it looks like San Antonio's going to leave Keegan Martinez on the mound. But just to make sure, one more mound visit, and he has to...
Well, this might be one of those situations where you just got to work it a little bit.
Definitely.
You've got no other choice but to give this guy 3-4 innings.
Yes, as we mentioned, one reserve. It's kind of tough to put something together here for San Antonio, Texas Elite. In the batter's box, Chin Kai, the second baseman. Keegan Martinez from the full stretch delivers his first pitch. That's a ball, low and away.
Defensively, it's the same thing. Third and first base are playing in. They're playing for 2 up the middle.
Second pitch by Keegan Martinez is a ball that's hit sharply, fair down the left field line. 1 run scores, 2 run scores, a runner's coming into third, and he is safe. 2-run double there by Chin Kai, the second baseman, who I believe already had an RBI in this game. 7 hits early for Chinese Taipei and 6 runs. No outs yet for San Antonio, Texas Elite. Tough start for San Antonio.
Yeah, once again, you can't spot your curveball, so you're relying on your fastball. 59 miles an hour down the middle again.
It's not going to be working.
That's going to be tough. 6 runs on 7 hits for Taipei.
Now batting number 5, Ji Hong, who pops up. Very high pop-up. I believe the shortstop calls off the third baseman. 2 very high pop-ups caught by the shortstop. Well played. Very good defense.
Big break for San Antonio. He was right on that one. Just got under it a little bit. Pitch was right down the middle once again.
Now batting for Chinese Taipei. Number 6, Po Swan, the first baseman.
Looked like a pretty good pitch on the outside part of the plate. But you're all over the place. It's hard to get those calls from the umpire.
With a runner on second and third. 2 balls, no strikes. Keegan Martinez looking a little frustrated on the mound. Ball hit straight back to the pitcher. Nice play by Keegan Martinez. Gets a batter out.
Yeah, looked the runner back. Made sure he was going back to third. Then turned and fired to first.
As we can see, there's already some bullpen action and for San Antonio, as 2 people are coming back from the bullpen warming up. Now batting for Chinese Taipei, number 2, Pei Fong, the catcher. First pitch by Keegan Martinez is a ball, as he asked for a change of baseballs. Maybe the other one was maybe scuffed up a little bit.
So as they get a change of baseballs, I look at center field. I still think they're playing way shallow.
Definitely.
Especially with these guys jumping on that fastball.
As we mentioned, Chinese Taipei is getting a good barrel to the ball, and they're sending these balls pretty deep in the outfield. Let's see if they maybe scoot back eventually, because that center fielder is playing pretty shallow. Here comes a 2-0 pitch. Is low for ball 3. And Keegan Martinez has been waving his arm and kind of stretching it, looking like as if he's either struggling or not liking his pitches there.
Yeah, 6 runs on 7 hits will tend to do that to your arm.
Definitely. Finally gets a strike call. It's a 3-1 count here for the catcher Pei Fong from Chinese Taipei. And he takes another walk, as now the bases are loaded once again for Keegan Martinez. I believe he's with what he's doing with his arm, he's questioning his delivery, his release point. Maybe his pitches aren't located where he wants them. But with the bases loaded and 2 outs, let's see if he can get out of the jam. Batting for Chinese Taipei now, number 8, Wen Yi, the left fielder. Let's take his first pitch. Fouls it down the left field line. A little bit early there on that fastball.
Yeah, these Chinese Taipei hitters, if they get a fastball, they're swinging at it. They're not waiting around for anything.
Second pitch, 0-1 pitch. Swung on and hit. As you mentioned, the center fielder's playing shallow over his head. This is going to be an extra base hit. He's trying for a triple. And he is safe, overthrown. And he's trying for home. And he is out at home. Solid piece of hitting, tough, but he does bring in 3 runs as he clears the bases. But
Hey,
he's
up 6-0, why not try it? Give it a
definitely,
shot.
yeah, definitely. He's
But
thrown
once
out.
again, that center field is playing way too shallow.
Definitely.
These guys are getting the ball up and they're hitting it way too hard. You got to give them room. You got to play back. You got to come in on the ball. I don't get it.
Definitely.
But great job of hitting by
Yeah.
Chinese Taipei.
Credit given to Chinese Taipei. Unreal hitting here in the second inning as they knock on 5 more runs, and it is now 8 runs on 8 hits for Chinese Taipei, and very close to being 9 runs. As Wen Yi, the left fielder, clears the bases and is thrown out at home after an overthrow at third base. Bang bang play at home and is thrown out.
Yeah, looks like we got a new arm on the mound here. Nice little luxury to have. You're up 8 in the second inning, and you get to put your number 1 on the shelf, get a little rest.
Your ace pitcher gets to take a little break there. I believe that the pitch change for Chinese Taipei is number 1, Yi Sheng, who's a left-handed pitcher. Let's see how he handles his command as Chinese Taipei makes a pitching change early, but as Mr. Velacuer here mentioned, why would you put your ace pitcher through a game when you're up 8 runs on 8 hits?
It's a great weapon to have when your offense puts up 8 runs in the first 2 innings.
Most definitely. And as we're looking here from Yi Sheng, the pitcher, left-handed, solid velocity, great command, as we can see from his warm-up pitches. And, taking nothing off of Kuo Chien, the former pitcher, throwing with identical velocity, identical command. And we'll see if San Antonio can get a couple of hits off of Yi Sheng.
Yeah, what we've seen early from Taipei, solid pitching, solid defense, really good ABs at the plate. So
Yeah.
might be a long road for San Antonio Elite.
As I mentioned earlier, Chinese Taipei came to play today, playing very well. I'm pretty sure 8 out of their 9 hitters have a base hit or have been on base, and they just look like they came to play and they were ready. Long trip for them, and it's looking well worth it right now. Up 9-0, excuse me.
They added another run on the board.
They added
there.
another run on the board that was not added yet. So it is 9-0 Chinese Taipei. Early here in the bottom of the second inning. Let's see if San Antonio can get some couple of runs on the board.
Once again, San Antonio Elite, they need runners. They need to put hits together. They're not just one swing of the bat's going to bring them back here. Let's see what kind of ABs they have in the second inning.
Most definitely.
9-0, bottom half of the inning.
Here comes the first pitch from Yi Sheng to batter Tai Washington, the catcher. Here comes a 1-0 pitch from Yi Sheng. Curveball in there for a strike. Nice break at the end there for Yi Sheng.
Yeah. Scoreboard says 1 strike, but it's 0-2.
Tough pitch to swing at, but
Tell you what, he went down there and got it.
yeah, Tai
Pretty
Washington.
good work of swinging the bat there.
Yeah, Tai Washington fouls it off, stays alive there at the plate. As we mentioned with these Chinese Taipei pitchers and hitters, just great command, great confidence, enjoying the atmosphere, great day to play baseball, and they're here playing baseball. 0-2 pitch swung on and fouled back by
Washington.
Tai Washington. Another 0-2 pitch. Popped up to the second baseman, Ching Kai, who makes a play, routine play for the second baseman. Unlike the first game that Mr. Villacuer here and I called, these pitchers' tempo is very, 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 very slow and very controlled, and they look very patient on the
A
mound.
lot more methodic.
Definitely. Now up to bat for San Antonio is number 32, Quincy Cooper, the shortstop. Great hit right there. Great pickup by the third baseman. Easy play.
Good job ranging to his left for that one.
Definitely. Called off the shortstop there. Picked it up on the short hop and made a solid throw to first base.
Take a look at their defensive alignment, though. Their outfielders especially playing deep.
Definitely. They don't want to get beat and, rather have the ball land in front of them than over their head. Solid play there by Ji Hong, the third baseman. Now batting for San Antonio, number 15, James Ramirez. Strike called. 1-1 count there for Mr. Ramirez. Here comes a 1-1 pitch from Yi Sheng. High fastball swung on and missed.
Yeah. High and away, not helping his cause at all. That was definitely not a strike. You've got to be a little bit more disciplined at the plate than that.
Little blooper caught by the shortstop. Kun Yu, who's 2 for 2 at the plate, and Chinese Taipei another shutout inning. As Yi Sheng throws a 1-2-3 inning.
Solid. What else can you say? Solid defensively, solid pitching. Very solid by Chinese Taipei.
As we approach the top of the third inning, I believe San Antonio has a new pitcher on the mound, giving Keegan Martinez. A break. I'm trying to see the number of the new pitcher. I believe it's number 19, Pete Bustamante on the mound. No, excuse me, number 18, Robert Estrada, the one reserve that San Antonio has, is on the mound now, pitching for San Antonio. So I wonder will San Antonio will go for pitchers after this. It's only the third inning.
Yeah, watching him warm up, he's been consistently high. He's going to have to get that fastball down a little bit. Nine runs on 8 hits and no errors for Chinese Taipei. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors for San Antonio Elite.
And I believe they credited that hit to the strikeout that Kuo Chien had back in the first inning where the runner was able to get on base. So I think San Antonio is hitless as of now. Let's see if the new pitcher, Robert Estrada, can get something going here for San Antonio. Maybe a 1-2-3 inning or a couple of outs here, and maybe he'll have a little bit of better command.
I'll tell you what, they need something like that big time.
Here comes the first pitch. A little bit high and away. Batting for Chinese Taipei is Chun An, the designated hitter. 1-0 pitch. Called strike. A little bit better release point here for Robert Estrada. Looks like he's a little bit more in control of his pitches.
Good breaking ball for strike 2 there.
Definitely solid pitch there for him. A little bit quicker tempo here though for Robert Estrada. 1-2 pitch. Almost looked like it was going to go over the center fielder's head, but he makes the catch. 1 out here for San Antonio, Texas Elite. Solid at bat, though, for Chun-Hen, the designated hitter.
Yeah, but that's a big out.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a good job of getting the leadoff hitter there.
Definitely. All leadoff hitters for Chinese Taipei have been on base. Number 7, Kuo Chin, the center fielder, takes a strike, a breaking ball strike there from Robert Estrada.
You hit it on the head. He's rocking and firing.
Definitely.
Good change of pace there.
Second pitch there is fouled back.
A lot of times with these young pitchers, they start to struggle, and they do the opposite. They'll slow down, thinking that they want to get it together, and that kind of hurts them a little bit. Start thinking too much.
Definitely. 0-2 pitch, curveball. Great location, but just a little bit too high and outside.
Pretty good pitch. Catcher kind of leaned forward. A lot of movement behind the plate on that one.
Another pitch fouled back.
Staying alive.
A great BG song as well.
Yeah, it's from the disco era there.
Definitely. 1-2 count here for Kuo Chin, the center fielder.
What you know about disco, young fuck?
My dad's taught me a couple of BG songs.
I
Another pitch fouled back there by Kuo Chin.
think I saw your dad dance a couple disco songs back in the day.
Definitely when he had his afro. I remember that. Oh, I don't remember. I wasn't born yet, but
Yeah, of course I was going to say that.
He's told me some stories.
A sight to see, that's for sure.
Another 1-2 pitch here. Another curveball. He's thrown about 5 or 6 curveballs in this at bat. 2-2 count here for.
Yeah, he's working that outside corner. That one was definitely off the plate.
2-2 count here for Robert Estrada. Fastball fouled on the right field line. Hooks foul. Just a little bit late here for Kuo Chin, the center fielder. Looks like he's seeing the ball well. He just can't quite put the barrel on the ball, fouling a lot of pitches off here. I believe this is the 7th or 8th pitch of the at-bat, and if we have a 2-2 count.
Yeah, good job by Estrada, I'm sorry. Got him off balance with that curveball.
2-2 pitch. Another pitch fouled. Hooks fouled down the right field line.
Curveball. Then that fastball looks a little bit faster than it really is. These guys are a little late on it.
Definitely. Comes another 2-2 pitch. Another curveball in the dirt. And Robert Estrada here is really trusting his curveball. He's looks like he's commanding pitch a little bit more than his fastball. Here comes a full count pitch. This ball's hooked down the right field line but stays in play for the first baseman, Tristan Castilleja, who makes the play. Routine play for out number 2. Now up to bat for Chinese Taipei, number 10, Kun Yu, the shortstop, who's 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles and 2 runs. Making some solid plays there at shortstop as well. What a day for Kun Yu. First pitch by Estrada is thrown in for a strike, curveball.
Yeah, he's working that curve.
High fastball. Called the ball.
It's almost like he still doesn't have quite that confidence with that fastball. You got to throw it, though.
Solid hit down the right field line, but is caught by the right fielder,
Well, that was a big inning.
Ryan Pais.
They needed that.
Definitely. Looked like Kun Yu was going to go 3 for 3, but the right fielder was playing at appropriate depth, and he's hit out. What a good inning here by Robert Estrada. He gets a 1-2-3 inning.
Great job getting ahead.
Definitely. Great command in his pitches, 1-2-3 inning. And if I'm not mistaken, Chinese Taipei may change pitchers again.
You're correct.
Number 18, Rui Yang. Number 18, Rui Yang, throwing some serious heat in his warm-up pitches as Chinese Taipei changes pitchers. With a 9-0 lead, he can't look more comfortable there on the mound. It's a great feeling as someone who once pitched, having a comfortable lead.
Welcome back, folks. Bottom of the third here with Ryan Pays leading off here. Good to be in the booth with you, sir.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Oh, pleasure's mine. Filling in midway here in the third. Gonna go for a strike. I'll bring the count to 1 apiece. San Antonio in a little bit of trouble, huh?
They've been struggling defensively, pitching, offensively, obviously.
No, it looks like it's just high. So a 2-1 count here as we take off midway in the third.
Seems to be laboring a little bit. 3-1. Looks like he might be overthrowing the ball a little bit. It's first inning on the mound, so got to get comfortable.
There's a hit straight to first. A comfortable out. And that'll bring the first of the inning, or the bottom, excuse me.
Yeah, good job by the new pitcher. Looks like he's got some pretty good velo.
How long is the adjustment once you're on the mound, sir? What do you, couple pitches?
Well, I mean, it depends on how you warm up, too. If you're in the bullpen throwing and if you're not comfortable in the bullpen, you can't help but come out there and it just carries over onto the field. But if you're feeling good in the bullpen, that stuff could be adjusted right away.
Very different, though, to throw in the bullpen and then
Yeah.
come out to throw to someone swinging
You got
at
nobody
you.
in the box in the bullpen.
That one looked like it's going high, and it'll be into the stands.
Sliced foul. And one thing about these Taipei pitchers, they're coming in there and they're getting ahead. It's always a must to work ahead of these hitters. It's so difficult when you dig yourself a little hole. Constantly throwing from behind.
And delivered again, a good hit. That one's going to split.
Good piece of hitting there. Christian Escobedo right back up the middle.
Finds himself on first. Good position here. One out in the inning thus far. And Taipei would love to keep San Antonio on a blank.
Yeah, back to the top of the order. Let's see if we can get something going with San Antonio here.
Pete Bustamante to take care of things now.
Well. Call safe at first. I know you're trying to get something going, but you're going to need a lot more than one run. Bunting down 9 runs. But you'll take them any way you get them.
Well, they have 2 men on base, which is a better position than you were the last bat out.
Definitely.
So. Tristan Castilleja now for Texas Elite. Ideal situation here. What do you do?
Well, I mean, you've got to get runners on base, and they've gone to the bunt and pop up, and he's going to be doubled up at second.
And that's the inning.
And that's the inning. So the bad thing is you're down 9 runs.
Yeah.
You know, you need runners on base.
You're bunting to get.
And it's tough to do that. You know, you're not going to second guess the manager. He knows his own team. But you got runners in scoring position. Swing the bat. You never know.
So you had 1 on first, 1 on second, sacrificed back to back, and then you get doubled up. So looks like you were gaining good positioning, at least getting 1 to third, maybe possibly to score 1 in, and then you get doubled and you're out. Huh?
And on the other side of that, you know, on the other side of the coin, you just put the runner on first via a bunt. So you're thinking, okay, let's do it again. Conventional wisdom says do it till they stop you, but you're down 9 runs.
Going into the 4th might have you.
Yeah.
It's still early, but going into the 4th year. Taipei has just been so good on the mound, on the field, in the batting box.
Yeah, like Chu and I were saying, they've just been solid defensively. Pitching has been just incredible. They're doing it inning by inning, right? So these guys are up 9 runs, so they get to throw 5, 10, 15 pitches,
Sure.
and they're done. It's pretty good work, and you're not laboring. It's always nice to get everybody a little bit of work and keep them fresh at the same time. Is it hot out there?
Yeah. But it's not as hot as...
Dumb question.
Yeah, no. There's no dumb question. It's a great question. Laredo's known for its typical hot weather, especially in the summer months.
You got that right.
I mean, we're beginning of August. We're reaching peak summer here.
I say that facetiously because it's nice to get an inning in and then your day's done and you
Yeah.
get to put a cool towel over your neck and watch the game. I was telling Chewy it's nice to see the Taipei batters come up and bow to the umpire.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
a really nice little nod of respect there. It's something we don't see as often
Exactly.
playing baseball here in
That's what I was
North
gonna say.
America.
Especially in South Texas.
Yeah.
Top of the 4th. Here at Uni-Trade Stadium. Again, San Antonio, Texas Elite having a lot of work to do to come back against Taipei, who, as Mr. said, has been solid on all ends of the field.
Yeah, Estrada came in here. He's struggling a little bit with his fastball command.
Down's going long.
Yeah, good job by the center fielder going back on the ball. Once again, I was telling Chewy, center fielder looks like he's playing way too shallow, in my opinion. He's gotten burnt on 2 hits already, but nice job going back on that one.
Good retrace of the play there, and a good hit regardless. Kai Ching will step into the batter box, try to give San Antonio a little bit of more trouble.
Yeah, one of the causes of your fastball staying high is when you're landing your land foot, you're landing too straight up. You got to get a little bit more bend on that leg, on that landing leg. It seems like he struggles with that fastball because he's too straight. Curveball's working. He's got the curveball working really nice though. You just if your main pitch is your fastball, you got to throw it. You can't stay away from it.
It's another solid hit this time. Well, a little shorter distance this time. Still good height. Not enough distance, though, but...
Good defensive play there.
Yeah. Taipei is just swinging. They just keep going at it.
Yeah, they're taking really good hacks. They're being patient at the plate, and they're swinging at fastballs that are right down the middle. It's hard to get be successful in this game if your fastball just stays right down the middle.
Ji Hong in the batter box now. Oh, what a rip. This one's going past over to the wall. Looks like it'll be a double. Maybe a triple. No, it'll stay at a double, but a good hit regardless. And
Yeah, they're getting their money's worth at the plate, that's for sure.
Taipei is just swinging here. They have Ji Hong on second.
It's maybe easier said than done, but you've got to throw that fastball. You got to keep them honest, but you've got to work that ball in and out. Like, you just can't leave it down the middle like that. That simplifies things way too much. It becomes way too easy as a hitter, and you really become a one-dimensional pitcher on the mound. All they're going to do is say everything else you throw is going to be a ball,
Yeah.
unless it's right down the middle.
Yeah.
And then you put it on a tee for them.
And they're just going to keep ripping the ball here. Well, there's that struggle again. The ball a little high, as you kept mentioning earlier.
Yeah, and the more pitches you throw, the more balls are called. Look at the defense. The defense just a little bit kind of relaxed on their heels.
Mm-hmm.
You lull the defense to sleep, and that's not good either, of course.
And San Antonio with an error. That's going to bring in another run, and that'll put us to double digits.
Lazy fly ball to center field, and the center fielder drops it. When it rains, it pours.
With or without an umbrella.
Yep, you got that right. Speaking of rain, it'd be nice to get some down here.
Yeah. Well, maybe some summer showers. I'm not a meteorologist, but
Something, anything would be
it'd
nice.
to get a little H2O from the sky here.
Our ranch is needed down here.
Meng Che batting here for Taipei.
No, I believe they gave him a hit on that. That's a very questionable call there. That's a routine hit. That's a lot of time to get under that ball. It hits your glove and pops out. Yeah, they changed it to an error.
Okay. This time going toward the first base. Well, and that's a good close out of the top of the inning, but another run brought on. That's another run Texas Lead has to worry about in the bottom of this inning.
Yeah, 10 runs on 9 hits, no errors. Chinese Taipei pretty much has it on cruise control right now. I'm gonna change the subject a little bit.
Let's do it.
World Cup year. I know you're a big soccer fan.
Yeah, I'm a little out of sorts here, but yes.
How was that? I know you like that one.
Oh man, it was 64 games.
So it starts off, Germany loses the first game.
Yeah,
So defending world champ Germany.
Oh man, that was a little bit weird. But I mean, even the first game, Russia, the host, they just started hot. Being at home, playing in front of their crowd, it was just unbelievable to see such a good tournament from not just the host nation that we've seen hasn't done very well in previous years or previous tournaments, but I mean Russia. Russia was, I think, they were nowhere near the top of the world rankings when it started, and I don't think they ended up top either. But they just did such a good tournament.
Croatia, just a system, just a machine out there.
Yeah, if you didn't fall in love with Croatia watching this World Cup, I don't know.
I love watching I love watching those teams that buy into the system, that do it as a whole. You don't have anybody that's standing out as a superstar. Yeah, you're just winning. You're racking up wins after wins.
Yeah, and you have your key players, right? The players that play for big clubs, they get paid big money, and they I mean, for them to show up is one thing. For them to show up the way they did is another. You know, there's a difference of caliber, and Croatia just played fantastic.
And then you have Viva la France.
Oh man, those guys
What
are
is
going to
that?
be.
They're like average 19 years old. Those guys.
Those guys are just going to be good for the
And
next.
those guys
four
are
World
going to
Cups.
run for years.
Yeah, those guys. Don't be surprised if they go back to back. I mean,
That was
it's really
impressive.
hard to go back to back, but those guys can go back to back. Their team is so young. They have such a good core. Everyone's focused on the objective. The Champs did really good. Their head coach. There was word about bringing in Zidane. I don't see that in the foreseeable future
Now you
because
think like, well, they don't need it now.
yeah, exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Truly impressive to see the youngsters play like that.
Yeah.
Anytime you get a team that's that young that handles pressure like that, you can't help but think like these guys are going to be at the top for a very
Of
long
course.
time.
And all their young players play for big teams. They get
Which makes the World Cup just another stage.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
when you're on that stage in Europe or Spain or
Yeah.
in the Italian league, it's basically the same thing. I mean, I know it's not, but it's a big stage.
Yeah, and like you said, it just becomes another stage, the biggest stage of them all. But if you're used to playing on big stages,
Yeah.
I mean, the
Back
shoulders
to
don't
baseball,
shrug.
new
Yeah,
pitcher on the
let's
mound.
do it.
Imagine that for Chinese Taipei.
Sebastian Barrera in the hitting box here for Texas Elite, down 10 runs, bottom of the fourth. A lot of work to do for Texas Elite, but Taipei just looks to be on cruise control with those cylinders.
And one thing about Taipei, they've gone righty, lefty, righty, lefty.
Okay, so some variation.
That's always nice when you've got lefties like that coming out of the bullpen. You can never have enough of those guys.
No, and it's a good little dynamic change for the batters as well. I mean, they don't know what. I guess they can expect what's coming next, but just the fact that they've gone 1-1 changes.
Yeah.
I guess they're expected to see and the routine. So. Down's going straight to second. It looks like the first out of the inning for Taipei.
So not taking anything away from their defense, but their pitchers look really, really poised, very polished. They come in, they're doing the job. It's really nice to see pitchers that control the tempo, control the emotions, control their motions
Yeah.
on the mound.
Yeah,
It's
for
very
sure.
businesslike with these guys.
I mean, they're here to play baseball, right? So it's a little high. Good fastball. It
So
looked
we
like-
saw 87 miles an hour in game one earlier, 87, 86. And these guys aren't breaking 74, 75. But the command of the zone, moving the ball, it's what pitching's all about.
It's a pop fly again, and that's the second of the inning. And Taipei just looks like a smooth, greased machine here.
One thing you're going to hear throughout your entire career is, no matter what level you get to, is fastball command. You have to establish your fastball. You have to have command of that. You have to be able to throw it early, in the middle of the count, and late in the count. It's nice to see these guys do that.
Ty Washington will get a swing and a miss here for strike for his count. Here's a second. That's a drive. And the closeout of
1,
the
2,
inning.
3. Little jam job. Got in his kitchen. Lazy ground ball hit the shortstop. Comes redundantly redundant, but solid. Solid on defense, too, man.
Sound like a broken record here, but it's just so impressive to see a team so poised out there. And they're just so disciplined and so well organized, and their machine is showing out here on play.
It's really nice to see. Something you don't see every day. The respect. Not that we play with no respect. I'm just saying to that level.
Yeah. To visually see it
Yeah.
is and then the way it's shown.
Yeah. Players are constantly bowing to their managers, to their coaches. They bow to the home plate umpires. They come up to bat. Really nice to see. At the end of 4, 10 runs, 9 hits, no errors for
man.
Taipei. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for San Antonio Elite.
Got some work to do here for the remaining innings. And that's if Taipei doesn't keep adding. They just don't look like they're going to stop.
Yeah, they're just swinging they swing the bat really well. They swing at fastballs. They're not chasing curveballs. It's just textbook stuff.
And they're patient, too. They're not... I mean, at this point, they're in no rush, but they've been in no rush since the beginning, so...
Exactly.
So, your team's up 10 runs, sir. Go back after a closeout of the inning. What do you tell your boys? What's the message you say? Keep going. This is good. I like it.
You never get your foot off the gas, all right? And you don't want to run up the score, but in the modern game where it's the ball just travels, offense is at a priority. I'm not going to say 10 runs is never enough, but why not score more?
Yeah.
And you're doing it in the course of the game. You're not stealing bases. You're not doing the little things that are going to be considered,
Okay.
What you call it, bad sportsmanship.
Right.
But it's never enough. You keep going. You keep throwing strikes. You keep moving the ball around. You keep swinging at good pitches. You keep having good ABs. It just doesn't end. And we've seen games that are 10-1, 11-2, whatever, that get out of hand, and before you know it, it's 11-10.
Yeah.
And then you're saying, I should have, should have kept going.
Yeah.
But little things like that, like stealing on, when you're up runs and stuff, that's the stuff you don't want to do. You want to stay away from that, but you want to keep swinging the bat. You'll never stop swinging.
Yeah. We'll see if Wenyi here, more than chances are, he'll continue to. There he is again. That's another split.
There's a shot in the gap, in the right field gap.
It looks like a good second. A good double, excuse me. And on to second he goes. And Taipei here in a good position to bring in another run almost. Man on second off the first pitch of the inning here. And if that doesn't tell you how this game has been going for San Antonio, takes the lead. I don't know if there's another indication besides a home run here.
Yeah. Once again, you struggle. You'll struggle at any level. You're going to struggle if your fastball stays right down the middle. You will not last very long throwing balls right down the middle of the plate.
Chun and Lin will rip another one. And that one's just short of the center fielder.
And there's another thing that at this level, you can never do fundamentals enough. Okay, so you got to run around second and hit to center fielder. They're up 10 runs. Chances are they're not going to send him. They're not going to look to score right now. They held him up, exactly what that was. And your center fielder sailed the ball over their cutoff. So now you got to run around second and third.
Okay.
The fundamentals at any level, you're going to hear that all the time.
Kuo Chin Yen. We'll see how he does on the batter box. Runner on third, runner on second. Scenario here for bases loaded.
San Antonio's got their infield in. Pretty much conceded that they can't, let any more runs come across.
Cunha would love the opportunity here to get bases loaded. Try to bring in another run. But like you said, it's through the course of the game. There's nothing being done here to extravagantly get somebody back to home except just...
It's hard hit balls.
Yeah, to the spots.
And there's another one's going to score too.
And, man.
So it's solid, fundamental baseball.
All around. Every aspect of the game has been done excellently here by Taipei. From the batting to the pitching to the defense. Good offensive calls too by the coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
Kun Yu Chiang will not take a swing at that one. That's going to go wide. Looks like it'll be a ball for his first of the count. Oh, it's a strike. Ruled it in the middle. That one will be rolled wide.
Yeah, it was a little bit further outside.
Well, good pop, good defensive play. Another runner on third here. And again, Taipei in another scoring chance opportunity.
Yeah, a little lazy fly ball to right field. Runner at second tags and advances to third with one out. Oh, it's interesting. So now San Antonio plays back on defense. Not sure what the philosophy there is. If you're in with down 10,
At some point, your pitcher starts getting fatigued. So
he's thrown a lot of pitches.
Yeah.
And the bad part is that they've got no substitutes.
it's another one towards the center. Looked like the positioning was good here, sir, and it'll be the second. But regardless, a run will come in.
Yeah, that was deep enough to score their runner from
Yeah.
third base.
As
Tack
Guo
on another one.
Xin Yang will bring in another run, and that brings the count up to 13. Looks like San Antonio will regroup in the middle, so will we.
Yeah, it's the second mound visit for the San Antonio manager. First one for this pitcher. What do you say?
Oh, man.
It's
Just
tough.
in a scenario like this, usually if you had the extra men in the bullpen, you know,
Yeah, you make a change.
yeah, or at least say, hey, you know what, you're not feeling it. We've got somebody else, you know. Try to get some more on point, maybe get something centered. But in this scenario, Estrada knows there's nobody behind him, so.
Right.
But the mentality of the game just has to be different for him. He knows he's got to stay consistent, but he knows, well, there will be a change.
Yeah, it looks like the first baseman's going to come in and take the mound. Body language tells a story out there.
Yeah, Castilleja will come to the mound and will take maybe not literally a swing, but a chance on the mound against Taipei, who just keeps swinging. So
There is 2 outs. He's got to come in and just get 1 out, so find a way to get it done.
So 2 outs on the board. Taipei with 13 runs in the position, I think, to bring in the 14th. Pitching change to be made here for Texas Elite, but
All kinds of movement for San Antonio.
yeah,
So I think they brought the right fielder in to play first. I'm not really sure.
what's the average age group for this, for either team here? Maybe not team, but what's the age category?
I want to say Palomino was 16.
Okay. Oh, so it's high school games. Okay, so it's 18 and under here. By my good source, Chuito. That's what Chuito's going with. So 18 and under.
I'm going with an average age there.
Yeah. This is some high school ball.
Well, you missed it earlier, game 1.
Yeah.
We had Puerto Rico in the house.
Oh, cool.
So we had some Luis Fonsi on the airwaves and Puerto Rican flags in the stands. That was
Awesome.
kind of cool.
Awesome.
There's people dancing around.
Good. Another fun aspect to an outside game.
Mm-hmm.
The Jams are playing. I mean, good environment. I think that's what sports is all about. Granted, you root and cheer for your team, but it allows you at least a little window throughout your day to just enjoy. And maybe if your team's not doing as well, but it just provides you, again, a little window to just kind of ease off and enjoy what sport is all about.
You know, losing is never fun, but one of those things when you're losing to a really good team, you're like, yeah, you can accept that. They're better than we are. They're doing the things right. You kind of say to yourself, like, that's the way I want to do things.
Of course. Yeah, it provides you an opportunity to keep learning, even if you are losing, like you said. I think there's no better teacher than a bad defeat. So Texas Elite will look maybe not back into this game, but are definitely taking notes as to what they can improve, and maybe even go as far as to copy some of the things that Taipei's been doing.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's about getting better and trying to be better every day you come out to the field. So
This guy been up at the plate like 5 times already? Jeez.
Chin Kai Lin.
It's like they flip the order every inning here. And once again, nothing bad said about San Antonio Elite. It's just a hats off to Taipei and the
Yeah.
way they're doing things.
We'll see how the adjustment here by San Antonio Elite will affect this game. A good swing here And a good out, good chase there.
Yeah, good play by the second baseman going back. Little blooper where he makes a good play on for the third out.
Christian Escobedo will close out the top of the inning here, bottom of the fifth. Coming up in Taipei against her. I mean, I'm impressed to see a team this poised out here.
Once again, going into the bottom of the fifth, 13-0 Chinese Taipei over San Antonio Elite. And once again, another pitching change. So we went righty, lefty, and we'll go righty.
Righty again. It's good to get all your boys some reps. This is a good little 4-day event here, 3-day event, so it'll be good to get everybody, like you said, a couple of reps, good throws, just keep everybody in shape, not let any rust build up, and try to keep your machine well oiled.
Yeah, these tournaments go so long. There's so many innings to be thrown that you don't want to get to a situation where you just overwork one guy. What a pleasure, what a leg up to get all these guys just one inning of successful work.
It's a good problem to not know.
Yeah, I mean,
or to have a lot of players to choose
if they're
from.
each going an inning, but they're giving up 3-4 runs, and you got to take them out because they're laboring. That's one thing. But these guys are getting 3 up, 3 down, so they're getting their work in successfully. So as number 15 comes in, we see the warm up. So he got a little velo on him. Taller guy, got a little downward tilt to his throw.
Cheng Li will take care, at least for the next inning.
Getting ready to start the bottom of the fifth. See if San Antonio can put some runners on base. String a little something together here.
Quincy Cooper to open up the bottom of the fifth here. Cheng Li looks to get things started here. We'll see what his first throw of the game will be. It's a good fastball to the middle, sir.
Yeah, these guys should expect a lot of fastballs. Up 13-0. Shouldn't be throwing too many breaking balls.
It's a good swing right to the shortstop here. A little bit of a bobble will get the throw off and the out.
Yeah, a little bobble like you said, but got it together nicely for the first out.
Yeah, staying cool, calm, and collected. All through the sequence. That's 2 pitches in, you got an out. That's a good way to start your turn on the mound.
Yeah, it's definitely, and like we said before, when you got that good defense behind you, there's nothing like that extra confidence.
Jairus Ramirez on the mound, in the batter box for San Antonio Elite. There's a swing that's going to be out behind home plate.
If you take a look at their defensive alignment, like everybody seems to be in the right place all the time.
Yeah.
They're always where they need to be. It's
I mean,
truly impressive.
Now just slow. We'll bring the count here to 2-1.
Stuff that you see every day at higher level baseball, but to see it, with a 16, 17
Yeah,
year
of course.
Really nice to see.
The high school game, you've been very impressive. That's another popped one over here to the outskirts, and that's going to be into the stands again. So that evens up the count at 2 apiece.
little low on that one. You could tell that this pitcher's got some good velo. A little different pace than what we've seen from the past 2 or 3 Taipei pitchers.
And walk.
I want to say that's the first walk.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. That's what I was
Chinese
pondering over.
Taipei.
It's the first one they've given. Well, there's a first time for everything, so they say, huh?
Yep. Well, San Antonio's got number 8 and 9 in the lineup coming up. Let's see if they can flip it and get something going. Nice off speed there, a little change of pace. Thrown over for strike 2. Yeah.
Tempting, huh? To swing at that one, and that one's gonna be rolled strike, and that'll be it for Pies.
Just a little overpowering there. It's so hard and when you're down these many runs. You really want to have quality at bats, and then you start thinking too much in the box. Put some good swings on some good pitches.
Christian Escobedo here to swing. That's going to be sent behind again, and that's the first, I guess you consider strike. Foul ball. A swing and a miss here for Escobedo. That brings his strike count up to 2. And Cheng Sheng Li with a chance to close out here the 5th. And the closeout of the 5th.
Like a broken record. I believe that's the ball game. There's your 10-run rule. Down 10 after 5. Sure enough.
So not just close out the inning, but close out the game.
A little bit different game than game 1.
A little bit of a big difference here between game 1.
Yeah, very
and this
impressive. Very impressive to see Chinese Taipei work the way they worked. Once again, great defense, solid on defense, pitching a pitcher an inning
It's
to give up 3 hits.
what a good problem for your
No
coach to
runs.
have.
Nice
Let's
to
not
see.
take anything away from San Antonio Elite either, though. Played very well.
They were
it's just-
overmatched here.
Yeah, that's just the difference.
The Lions, 13 runs on 12 hits with no errors for Chinese Taipei. Texas Elite goes down, no runs on 3 hits and 1 error. Once again, to recap, just a very impressive game by Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, well, that does it for us, at least for this game, sir. Thanks for having me.
No, thanks for being here.
No, it was a
Had a
pleasure
great
to-
time.
Thank you.
We'll go back to Chewy down there.
Sweet.
Chewy's got his responsibilities for the rest of the tournament. So
Alrighty.
had a good time with Chewy too.